Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to SPW. I am your host, Nick, and tonight is another episode, and I shouldn't say tonight, it should be good morning, because we have another episode of Saturday Morning Cartoons on SPW. This one, hopefully you guys recognize. I loved the Tick as a kid, and incidentally, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Spoon! That was his catchphrase, Spoon. When you go charging into battle, that's what he would yell. Because you know what? The Tick wasn't the brightest anything. He wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, you would say. But either way, the Tick was awesome because it was comedy superhero stuff. It did a lot of fourth wall breaking and, you know, just things that are just we take for granted now. But, you know, it wasn't super... I mean, it was super original at the time. So, incidentally, the Tick, did you know he's a big fella? He's a big boy. Tick comes down to the ring. He actually stands 7 feet tall, weighs 400 pounds. So, I think he definitely has a size advantage because his opponent tonight is yet another cartoon superhero of nostalgia. But one that it's funny because it's a much older character, but I only know from the 90s. From Spaceghost Coast to Coast on Adult Swim. But Spaceghost making his debut, actually, so is Tick. Both of them making their debut on the channel. Spaceghost stands 6'2", weighs 200 pounds. And look at him. I don't even know what his powers are. He just kind of has all of them. He's just like, I know he can fly. He's got like eye beams. He's got super strength. He's pretty much very much Superman. But could you ask for more? But anyway, Spaceghost. Yeah, one of the all-time great just parody characters, hosts of all time. I remember, really just, gosh, Stephen Colbert, like, he used to do, like, what was it, Birdman, Attorney at Law? It was, like, on at the same time as Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. Just those old, like, Aqua Teen, Hunger Force, you know, friggin', what are they called? Aqua Teen, oh no, wow. Adult Swim, it's like the most random thing, but it's because there's no kids allowed in the pool. So, you know, incidentally, it was like an adult cartoon show. We're doing Saturday Morning Cartoons, which, at least if you are aware of what Saturday Morning Cartoons are, you're an adult, because that was a very long time ago. It's an unfortunate thing that I wish the kids today got to experience. Today's culture is much more on the in-the-moment kind of a thing, and you know, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I always wished for it, but now that you have it, you're like, oh, well, you appreciate things less. Because just of the fact that, well, you could get it right now. Why wouldn't you want it right now? Yeah, versus having to wait 6 days until Saturday. And then you get all your cartoons in one day. That was the fun of Saturday Morning Cartoons. You went to school Monday through Friday, and then, you got to wake up and... I mean, depending on how you did it, it almost made you want to wake up early on a Saturday to just catch all your favorite shows. There was no streaming. There was no on-demand. You just had to watch them in a row. I'm not going to lie. This dates me, and this entire concept dates me, but VHS recording was the way to go. I had many of my favorite shows recorded on VHS. But as I've been talking, this has been a back-and-forth crazy action matchup. We are still in our DC arena, but I don't know if either of these guys are DC. I know that both of them were comic book characters, so actually let me know. Do the thing, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know. And then also let me know if you guys want to see, because frankly, these Saturday morning matchups, you know, I've got a few more left that I've got planned, had from the get-go, and I want to do, but, you know, this may be just a thing that we do once in a while just for fun. But if you want to keep seeing them, if you have more requests, you let me know. But, oh! Spaceghost trying to hit a moonsault from the top, but thankfully able to recover quickly, and then now, oh, combinations being landed on the Tick. But if ever there was a guy who could take a licking and keep on ticking, it's the Tick. I mean, come on, that just flows off the tongue. He keeps on ticking. But yeah, Spaceghost. Oh, Superman punch avoided by the Tick. But look at that. Combinations Oh, but brute forcing his way out of it. Again, I think the stronger of these opponents is the Tick. I would have to give him the strength advantage. But you can't count out Spaceghost. I mean, he is, in many ways, a knockoff Superman. But I love him. I don't know. Did you guys ever watch the Venture Brothers? Because I love me some Venture Brothers, and the Spaceghost reminds me of that. It's like one of the first, like he used to be a superhero, and then he got more popular later in life by being, like, cynical. So, yeah, it might happen. It's hard to be a superhero. But right now, oh no, Tick up on his shoulders. What? Oh, knee to that massive chin of the Tick. He may still be smiling, but he's seeing stars. 1, 2, oh, maybe he's seeing little moths, little Arthurs flying around his head, but able to have the ring awareness to roll out of the ring. How about that? Good on you, Tick. But this is just a standard matchup. Spaceghost taking it to the Tick right now. Oh, referee counting. Tick able to counter. And then, oh no, he lands some massive stomps to the chest of Spaceghost. Finally getting some offense going his way. I feel like he's been on the receiving end a long time, but that's pretty much the way he does things. He almost just tires out his opponent by doing the rope-a-dope. He can just take so much damage. It'll just keep on going. But once again, props to the 2K community. Man, these characters are awesome. You gotta love it. You never let me down. I always am able to find a great version of a character. I just have that thought in the back of my head one day and check them out, and all of a sudden, boom, there it is. Somebody's already made him. 8 count! Getting back into the ring. Spaceghost wants to see this actually finish. Oh, lands a massive clothesline. Going outside the ring. What is this? Oh! Wow! Incredible elbow drop applied by Spaceghost, and another 2 count. Tick continuing to fight back. Oh, leaps to his feet. Don't forget, that's the thing about Ticks. They are great jumpers. Look at that. As if he heard me say it. Off the middle rope moonsault by the Tick. Putting those legs to work. Landing some massive kicks and stomps. And once again, yeah, this submission hold being applied. Wrist lock with an elbow in there. Shoulder, I mean, everything in the arm's got to be twisted the wrong way in that situation. But look at this. More kicks. And the Tick getting a second win, you can tell. Look at that. Just bouncing around the ring. Oh no, the ref gets in the way. What is that? Did that help or hinder the Tick? Look at this. Oh, uppercut to the back of the skull. Spaceghost getting to his feet, doesn't know what's in store, but is able to counter. Oh, man. Just, again, the size advantage of Tick being used right now. Just putting his just sheer mass on display, but gets on the receiving end of a spear. 1, 2, 2.5. Look at the face on Spaceghost. He doesn't know what hit him. A little bit of insight in just as a personal note. My first car was named Spaceghost. I'm just going to say that right now because it was those colors. Black, white, red, yellow. That was my car. It was awesome. I miss it. It was like a station wagon. It was terrible, But I feel like everybody should have a terrible car that they love at some point in their life. Oh, Spaceghost! Look at this! Standing on the outer space-looking wall there, and manages to land a massive hammer fist. Oh, and then sending the Tick into those steel stairs. Tries to do it again. Oh, but the Tick too big. Tries to reverse, but they get caught up. Oh! My goodness, a massive Superman punch just got hit on the Tick. Oh, but Tick able to shrug it off. Look at that. We are at a 7 count. Both of them trying to get back inside the ring, and another 8 count, and they do. How about that? Both of these men. There's nothing more than pride on the line. But oh no! Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count along. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shots to the chest. The Tick, an old school wrestling master. And then now just the referee counting again. But the Tick, I mean, I feel like he's had a comeback. I feel like it's anybody's game at this point. The Tick and Spaceghost. Oh no! Oh my goodness, the Tick! 400 pounds of superhero just absolutely drove into the what, gut? The stomach. The thing. Sometimes words are hard. You say enough of them again in a row, and they start to mean less and less. But anyways, back to the action. The Tick still on the attack, but countered. Thrown back into the ring by Spaceghost. Spaceghost finally able to get some offense going. But will it be enough? Oh, lands us another spear on the Tick. 1, 2, 3. After taking all that punishment, Spaceghost able to get the final word in and land that spear. Spaceghost coast to coast. I feel like, what was his sidekick? Was it Brack? I think it was Brack. I have a friend named Bracken, and I know it's not a common name, but yeah, I always felt a kinship with Spaceghost. Again, my first car was Spaceghost, so I'm not gonna lie, I do love the Tick, but I was maybe a little sliding to one way or the other for Spaceghost. Either way, it was a great matchup, and once a matchup like this happens, you kind of start to root for both of them. It doesn't matter who wins. When it's a good enough match, you're just kind of like, yeah, this, you know what? You both made a fan. So, hopefully, speaking of making a fans, you stuck around and you enjoyed this. And if you did, do the thing, like, subscribe. And then, share and comment, let me know what you want to see, and I will do my best to make it happen. But we do shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're doing Saturday morning cartoons, at least for maybe a few more weeks. But if you guys have comments, or if you guys have really requests, just let me know. It could go longer. But in the meantime, I've at least got a few more plans. So until then, y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next week. Good night.